All right, traders, welcome. I'm here. It's 3 p.m. on a Friday. I worked the morning on the boat. I took a nap. It's a new month. The last month ended as a win. Kind of concerned about how the new month can start. I upped my risk. I don't really like how much I risked on the Bitcoin long and, and how that started. Um, but it is what it is. I'm always coming in here not focusing on what could have been. I can do that for the other 23 hours of the day. This hour of the day is just focus on doing things to the best of my ability, having good habits, and setting myself up in the other 23 hours. Some people have asked about not seeing orders. I do all my trades on my phone. My computer lags enough as is, and it's also just faster that way. I like the interface more. So that's why, and I do hold up my P&L sometimes, show on my phone. Yeah, I've been having a lot of lag on the computer trading recently. I should get a new computer. I don't want to spend the money or take the time to do it. Yeah, I have so many shorts on. Like, this could all go bad. Uh, I forgot to, our fair value gap. I don't know. Yeah, I just not really liking. Well, let's go check it out. Let's see. Okay, my Bitcoin trade is still showing a loss. Let's look at some of these others. XRP looks good. Got stopped out of Ray. Okay, so overall, I'm guessing well, let's just look and see where my piano is for the day. Okay, I'm down from yesterday. Why am I down from yesterday? It's because of this big short. I guess a lot of it's this Ray loss here. I don't know, it's all good. I'm down a little bit from yesterday, like not even about $300. So this is the only trade that's resolved, and it's resolved as a loss. I'm gonna log this one. 417. Um, okay. The first thing I'm gonna do, this is a new part of my routine. Yeah, a lot of straight losers. Like I have a bunch of winners that I'm sitting on. I haven't realized any yet though. I want to look at the loss before moving on and just see if it was maybe clear in some way that I should have closed it. Okay, before. It was relatively strong, that's one of the things. But no, I don't think it was clear. I mean, there was a spike in funding. Relative strength's probably the only sign. Hold up. Okay. All right. So the first part, now that I've gone through my open trades review, we're going to go through the rest of the market and see gold looks maybe a little bit toppy. Silver, we had somewhat of a green day. By the way, Fridays are my favorite to trade just because They're very quiet days after the market closes, right? Interesting. Bitcoin looks weird, right? Eh, It's not really looking bullish. So there's a chance I'm gonna cut my long as a loss. I mean, we closed under this level, and this level. It's like a triple failed breakout. So coming back to try to long under here or here would maybe be a wise thing to do. I'm gonna consider doing that. That's gonna have me with a lot of short exposure, but we also have Solana's maybe failing at the high. Um, Tripled failed breakout on Bitcoin is pretty ugly. And based on that, maybe closing yesterday, getting out yesterday at the close might have been okay. A part of me just wants to hold, but I don't know. Um, yeah, the XRP long is working. So again, I'm in these various shorts. Ray could be a candidate again, but this high is only 5 days old, and it's much better when the high is like 20 days old or more. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Honky I didn't take because the funding was negative. Here I'm looking for more. Yeah, I didn't take safe. Ape I shorted and I had a nice winning trade that I got out of on this day and could have held it for a little bit more, but it's all good. 2YDX. I'm looking for any kind of new short, and I'm gonna go to CoinMarketCap as well. I want to see, did anything hit the monthly high? Anything up big on the day? I might bail on the Bitcoin. I mean, it's a triple failed breakout. It's okay, Tau, okay. But it's gonna come down to, yeah, front running the all-time high is pretty unexpected too. It's gonna come down to looking under the hood and seeing what's happening. But my thought is, a lot of the market is at the lows, some of the market is at the highs. It's a weird place to be, but that to me would favor breakdowns, not breakouts on the cryptocurrency market. People forget it's a currency. You don't need a million currencies. You only need a few currencies. Why do we have 10,000 currencies, right? 100,000 currencies. They don't make good investments. They're good to sell when they're at a high price and they're pumped on leverage, right? So we're seeing breakdowns on some, just bleeding out, making new lows. You can sell. I haven't found breakdowns to be very effective. Maybe there's a way to do them, but I found breakouts to be much better. Or selling at a high price. Even if they go to zero, selling them at a low price, I don't really like doing. I much prefer to um, buy at a high price. Or sorry, well, buying at a high price is sometimes okay. Um, okay. I feel like plugging my nose and trying to buy Bitcoin lower is maybe a good idea. So let's look at my current positions. I'm gonna need to look under the hood, but a triple failed breakdown. We had this nice move, but trying for a pullback here or here might be okay. So I'm an XRP, which is showing a small profit. Doge is working pretty well. Rune is reversed a little bit. Pendle is working pretty well. Pyth, TRX is working okay. Yeah, I didn't take ID, which would be working decent. Okay, before we move on, I want to see if there's any big gainer. Ray, ADA, I don't think I have on my list actually. I'd love to short ADA, but no, it's not done much. Yeah, I'm trying to keep recording for you guys, but my computer, um, yeah, I just need to not have a million things up. So Ray, yeah, that's the one that the one that I sh what that I shorted, and took a loss on as the biggest scanner in the top 100. Sometimes that happens when we short. Bico, I've never heard of that. There's also dogs. Okay, here's where it lags. Bico. Yeah, Bico is tradable potentially. I have like too many to go through, man. Too many shorts. Okay, I have so much risk open. It's kind of track. Okay, we don't have that one anyways. Dogs. I don't think we have dogs or hot. Okay, we have dogs. That's a terrible looking chart, but it's not what I'm looking for. No. Okay. Okay, so let's start with take a closer look at Bitcoin here. Had a nice move up and just immediately dumped it. Waited patiently all month. Tried to buy here on the pullback. Wasn't able to get in and bought the highest hour of the month is crazy work. I was so close to buying the exact bottom, but it's okay. We are where we are, right? You cannot beat yourself up too much. But overall, where are we? Okay, let's look at a few things. So I'm going to try to not slow my computer down too much. I know that the market's been hot. Is it still really hot? Hot meaning jacked with long leverage. Is it jacked with long leverage? It's come down a little bit, but Bitcoin is still is. Bitcoin very hot. Okay. So instead of opening up a million tabs, I'm just gonna go through them maybe like two, three at a time. Okay. I think it looks like lower though, and I wanna scrap my longs. Most likely. Just take a fat. It's a fat L, but probably. Let's look. So Bitcoin, man, this is tough. This is a tough scenario. Well, the first thing I'm saying, we had a decent flush in open interest actually. We had 2 billion worth of longs flushed. We went from 24 to 28 billion. So that's actually a pretty significant pullback. And funding's almost gone negative on the space, which doesn't make me feel good about the shorts. If this was a shitcoin, I would maybe sell it, but it's Bitcoin. That's a tough scenario. I'm maybe gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna come back to it. Um, it's not like not everything needs to look that interesting to me, right? BNB, oh, BNB looks okay for a long, maybe it's like sort of gone negative. Open interest was never that pumped to begin with. So I want to look at BNB. Okay. I'm gonna pull up next. I'm gonna pull up Solana and XRP. Solana and XRP. Really. And I wanted to look at BNB. BNB seemed like it's gonna be okay. Solana, looks okay, right? I don't like to trade, oh, it looks okay, right? I'm looking for this opportunity is screaming at me. It's how much do I risk? XRP looks good. I want to stay with XRP. I want to stay with XRP. Okay. Glyco is dumping. Let me get in here. XRP looks fine. I want to leave it. I don't want to leave Bitcoin alone. Well, I don't know. Let me let me go look at some of the shorts that I'm in. Maybe I closed some. Maybe you got a better picture from that. Let's look at FICO. What are some of the other ones I'm in? Pyth, TRX. Okay. Funding is too negative for me to take it, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't. Something's fucking wrong with that. Let me look though. Something's crazy here. Yeah, it's negative. It's too negative for me. It is jacked up on open interest, but there's a lot of shorts in here. There's a lot of short demand. I mean, it looks like it doesn't make sense to me how this can be, but I guess it is what it is. I'm gonna leave it alone. So let's look at Pyth. Still tradable. I don't love that all that open interest came out. It's not like so vulnerable. but funding is positive. This one's kind of tough, actually. I maybe don't love this one. It's kind of working. Probably leave it alone. I'm already in it. It's just like, okay. TRX. I don't want to bail on something that's working. Funding's hasn't turned negative. It's kind of bleeding out a little bit. Yeah, Byco maybe works, but I'm not going to trade it. ID. Ray didn't work. Yeah, okay. Now I have Pendle, Rune, Doge to look at, and then that's it. Okay, and then I can think about other things. Okay. If I see negative funding on any of them, I'm out. Or like a heavy spot that come in, but uh, I might close Pendle. How long have I been in this? I mean, I have a winning trade. Where did I enter up here? Funding's positive, so that's okay, but like this is kind of like a brother, what's that type thing where it's like this is up, this is down, not what I want to see. And we already bled out a lot of this funding, that open interest. On the other hand, it's acting weak and funding's positive. So, I mean, the main thing that I'm looking for is did funding go negative? The answer, no. This one looks pretty good actually to stay with. Rune looks okay. I don't like that it's acting strong, but and then Doge. I'm okay staying with Doge. Uh, it's a tough call, man. Probably leave everything alone. I think I'm just gonna leave everything alone. Like, I'm not getting clear exits on anything. I don't really love how the funding looks on Bitcoin. I want to look at it from another angle, but I do like that we created a low on Thursday and we came back and we rejected that low. right? And now we have this is like a test pump. And there's something I think back to the market wizards when they're like, if you are worried about a position and you come back and it's better than you thought, it's best to stick with that position. So I was worried about my Bitcoin position, and actually I logged off yesterday when this was happening. So I think I want to leave it alone. I honestly want to add to XRP. I don't want to get wrecked on a full market dump, but XRP looked very good to me, and it's showing relative strength. On the other hand, it hasn't really moved enough that it makes sense to do that, unless just want to jack up more risk, which I don't really. I could talk about advancing my stop. Doge, I've already done that. I don't really like putting it there. Rune just doesn't. Rune looks strong. Maybe I cut some of the stronger ones. Pendle, not as much. Um, Pyth. Rune looks strong. Like, why is Rune strong? It's showing relative strength. It looks okay though. I mean, it's jacked on leverage. We have had a lot of open interest come back. Honestly, a lot of it's come out. The low is 50, the high is 90, and we're at 66. Yet price hasn't come down that much. Like, why is it so strong? It just looks stronger, right? Even Pyth looks weaker. I think I'll cut Rune. It's the one that's showing the most relative strength of anything that I'm short, right? TRX, everything else was red, right? Everything else, at least, Pendle didn't have a red day, but Rune looks a little bit strong for some reason. So I think I'm gonna cut it. Okay, Rune's out. 224. It's 224. So closed one position. Showing relative strength. And also it's not, it was never really right anyways. Raise and no go. And then I think I'm gonna leave everything alone. I think Bitcoin is very dangerous and I could get wrecked on it, but I don't want to throw in the towel on this position yet. It's not so bad. I mean, this move up and then sweeping this new low. But yeah, if we go down, I'll be looking for one of these lower levels. Okay, so the last question I had was, I guess I'm only in four shorts now, right? I'm in four shorts. and three longs. Pendle, Pyth. I think Pyth is okay. And yeah, I like what Tron's doing. I like that Tron is doing a thing where it's created a large displacement gap and then it's creating new fair value gaps and just eating into those and going creating new gaps. I think for Tron, I would actually be okay advancing my stop now to 0.17. Why? 0.17013. Okay. Bitcoin, Doge, Pendle, TRX. 0.17. Okay. Right, my positions are up since I've been watching. So if I wanted to cut risk, well, it's not like, honestly, closing my Bitcoin long doesn't exactly remove risk because now if the shorts all rally, like I get hurt, right? So I want to keep the longs on. I really like XRP. It looks really good to me. It's showing relative strength. It looks great under the hood. I think I'll add to it. It's hard to do so because, but I'm going to. I'll maybe put my stop like, I'm gonna advance it to like here. I may get punished for this. XRP. How many am I at right now? 6,000. Okay. 0.496. Okay. I could do a little bit more. Okay, I'm all right with that. And now have the possibility of a. Is that it? Yeah, 2,200. If XRP wants to go to here. That was maybe silly, but yeah, I'm just showing relative strength. It had a green day when a lot of the market had a red day. The position's working. And on Bitcoin, for instance, like we swept this low, and XRP we way front run it. And for something like Doge, we also did, but we've had a lot of bleeding already. Also, Pendle front ran it. Pyth made a lower low, so that's one of the reasons I like Pyth. Tron also made a lower low. Doge, I may be interested in advancing my stop more. Putting it like here now, maybe. Zero 0.172. Okay, let's do that. Okay. I'm basically back to where I was yesterday. Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna do anything else, right? So the volatility on Bitcoin really picked up. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Try to pick on the weak ones, yo. I took off a lot of risk on the shorts just by closing one and advancing here and there. So, yeah. Um, XRP is like, yeah, feels like a pretty tight stop play, but it's okay. All right, that's it. I'm gonna log out and be done. So, less than an hour today. Let's get it. Much love. Happy trading.